up, ladies and gentlemen? It's me, Dan.
This is Chris. We're gonna go for an evening walk in Lakeview Terrace.
Yes, even though it's kind of hard to see, we're
walking away from the bumfuck.
The bumfuck?
Yeah, the bumfuck, dude.
The bumfuck.
People are yelling. People are having my, 400-pound bumfuck lives where they need Gordon Ramsay to bitch at them.
I know. I'm a fat guy and I'm walking around. Amazing.
Amazing. Should we walk in the street or the sidewalk?
Sure.
I think we should walk in the sidewalk, or else some guy in his hot rod will mow our asses down.
All right. So, dude, what's been going on? Oh, hey.
Milk.
Oh, dude, NSFW. We can't show that on air.
Yeah, I gotta edit that shit out.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude.
Just get some nice coke.
Oh yeah. Oh, damn. You're gonna get classified as being too racially insensitive for because we're white guys coming off being not Asian. Our white privilege, dude.
Our white privilege is, if we watch Asian porn, it's violating white privilege. Remember from Blockers? Tell everyone about the movie we saw.
Oh yeah, so for this week we're gonna do a quick review because we just saw it. We saw that movie Blockers, or aka Cock Blockers.
Yeah, Cock Blockers, John Cena.
And what's her face from? I don't know. I know that one.
I know. Yeah, she's been in movies for years. She was like in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, she plays
Paul Rudd in a lot of movies.
She was in This Is 40.
This Is 40.
I can't really.
40-Year-Old Virgin. The other one, the one where the guy gets the girl pregnant.
Oh, Knocked Up.
Knocked Up. Yeah. Yeah, she's in a lot of Paul Rudd. What's his name? Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen movies. She's in a lot of Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically about three parents that are, have, kind of a cold asshole about their, kids going to prom and getting it on, and they kind of go on this, try to basically this adventure to go and stop them on prom from fucking. So
right.
They, chase them all over the place and shit. And it gets weird.
Yeah, because they find out that one of the daughters.
You get to see John Cena putting a tube of his butt. A tube of beer up his ass. If you ever were into seeing John Cena put a tube of beer up his ass.
You know what's funny about that is because the way he had him dressed, he really did look like some sort of youth.
A dad.
Yeah, he had a dad look to it.
He had the good haircut.
He was mocking everyone's hairstyle.
Yeah, he's like, this looks stupid.
He looked like a cop, he got done in the back of a squad car.
Yeah, looks like you got your haircut done in the back of the squad car. And then the guy who was gonna fuck his daughter out's really chilled back, kind of stoner hippie kid.
Turns out he's the best.
Yeah, he's the best guy for the daughter.
Well, no.
He's the best guy.
Well, he's also
he's a very polite.
Well, he's also
because he smokes so much weed.
Well, no, he
doesn't
also
care about anything.
Apparently he's really good at making freaking weed, or not just weed, but any kind of drug.
Yeah.
No, any kind
weed
of drug.
Teas.
Yeah, he's good at making drug-based food. Apparently, the party he gave her cookies with DMT in it, and they just tripped out.
DMT is pretty kooky, yeah.
Yeah, apparently it makes you feel like you leave your body.
Yeah, it's a heavy hallucinogen. It's like LSD.
Well, no, apparently your body releases it during birth and then during death.
Correct.
They think that's actually what
why you see things at death, yeah.
That's why they think that actually the whole, death, I was floating into my body and then I saw the devil kind of thing. We're all people basically getting a minor dose of DMT while they died.
To calm down.
Yeah.
That, or some believe it's opening up another dimension.
Another dimension.
Heaven. It's like a gateway to heaven.
Another dimension.
The drug itself sort of opens up your
third eye or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Could be.
It was really weird to see John Cena run around naked. That last part, where he and his wife are doing the whole I'm finding you, I'll find you, and then the daughter walks in on them butt naked.
Yeah, the daughter walks in on them butt naked. And Yeah, he's playing the kinky sex game because they kept running into Blumberg.
Yeah, freaking Gary Cole.
Yeah, Gary Cole fucking his wife in
and like
crazy ways, and they're like open-minded, and then they like go into their home, and there's like a guy that reminds me of Byron. It's like, do you guys want to get drinks?
Yeah.
I thought it was an overall pretty funny-ass film. You know, if you're interested in seeing another one of those, you know, ridiculous, you know, kind of gross humor comedies, like Bad Grandpa, or...
They actually even advertised like, was it like something like similar to Bad Grandpa? They say the new Johnny Knoxville movie.
Yeah, there's a new Johnny Knoxville film that's like based off of the Bad Grandpa
style, kind of like where he basically ran like a knockoff, like a bad kind of like adventure park.
Right, he runs a bad adventure park. He's bumfuck.
He kind of like with that haircut, kind of like Johnny. Looks like freaking like what's his face, Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
You know that Truth or Dare movie's coming out, and that
looks really just. I'm so kind of sick of the. You know, what happened to good old Slasher? Slasher comes and beats your brains out, you know?
It's always...
What's this ghost
curse stuff, like all these curse...
Yeah, it's like our whole generation now is obsessed with, like, curse films and ghosts killing everyone. It's like, what happened to good old, you know, Jason slaughtering you by the camp?
And by the way, we're also guilty, because our first movie dudes was Unfriended.
Yes, we saw Unfriended, which is like dead ghost kids on social media killing their friends.
On Skype.
Yeah, on Skype. That was actually kind of cool, but it's kind of taking its turns. Like, make a few of those, you know, make some of those, you know, have some variety.
Well, I think
make a few of those, make some slashers, make some monster films, you know, kind of keep it moving. They kind of always go through these decades of just doing one straight boring ass, you know, kind of horror film.
Dude, a possum. Look. See right there, that's a possum.
Do you want to fuck it?
No, I don't want to fuck a possum, man.
Why not? You did it the other day.
But it's so tight. It's so small. Well, and then there goes our hope we're ever getting monetized again.
And we'll kind of talk about fucking possums, Daniel.
They have a weird spelling, like opossum or with an O.
Yeah, sure. Some idiots always say, "What opossum?" Possum. O is silent.
No, like the big curse movies. They had the curse stuff. The problem is also you had like a whole thing of freaking what was it called? Saw, which was gore porn.
Like, yeah, that gore was porn. Like torture, more like kind of like Hostel took it. Let's go.
Earthquake. It's super effective. Yeah.
Chihuahua.
I know. It's just kind of fun to taunt Chihuahuas. They're like, I'm so badass.
Until their owner's like bigger than you and beats your ass.
It's like Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah, Chihuahuas are definitely Anita Sarkeesian. Yeah, what was that one film you were talking about?
Oh, Truth or Dare?
Yeah, Truth or Dare.
Yeah, that was kind of one of those like ones where like really it doesn't seem.
Yeah, Truth or Dare. No, we saw Unfriended.
Yeah, we saw Unfriended.
Oh, Saw. Yeah, I remember Saw, like early 2000s, mid 2000s. It was all about the torture, and then it's like if you see Hostel.
Oh yeah.
Like Hostel, you're right. It's like torture.
That became a big thing.
I mean, Saw was very big because it had its own brand.
Right, it still does.
Oh, they're coming out with another Purge.
Oh.
I'm not sure if I'm interested in watching them anymore. They're making it too political. I'm interested in seeing kind of a horror film.
Oh, I forget what.
I don't want to just watch politics all fucking day. They're kind of mixing politics into
Purge.
Yeah, it's just. I thought they're gonna. This new one they're coming out with is going to be a movie about the very first Purge.
That's kind of an interesting concept.
It is, but it looks like the film is revolving too much around some political thing. Even like, what is it? Some political contributor from CNN is in the movie.
Oh.
So it's like a big CNN infomercial and shit. It's like a.
Well, we can't walk through here, man. It's dark.
We'll just walk up and walk back.
No one will get to see our lovely faces for the next 5 minutes. Hey, guys! If shit goes wrong here,
Hear our voices.
Yeah.
We're like in a.
Yeah, if shit goes wrong.
Ghetto drug dealing area right now.
It's not a ghetto drug dealing area. Don't.
Yeah, it is. You're like totally a drug dealer here, dude.
Just
What are you talking about, man? There's like people getting capped in the ass.
Just because I'm smoking, just because I smoke pot doesn't mean I'm some sort of drug dealer.
Well, you're a drug dealer because you deal drugs. You pimp too. You're a pimp. I saw you slapping some girl around town telling her to hustle that pussy, dude.
Sounds like wet hay out here.
That's fine. Now, Lakeview Terrace is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, a lot of Pacoima's pretty run down.
Pacoima's gotten better over the years.
It has gotten better. Certainly not as bad as like it was in the 80s.
So now we aside from last night I decided to watch Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tales and Hotels.
We decided to watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Hi.
Yes, I was baked.
Why of all films, Daniel?
I don't know.
You need Pirates of the Caribbean. You couldn't like get high to Mr. Mongorium's Wonder Emporium.
Wasn't that thing?
You couldn't get high to Avatar.
That would actually be pretty cool to watch, like baked in your mind.
I know, but it's like you had to watch Pirates of the Caribbean high.
It was Pirates 5. That's the one.
Pirates 5. Is that the porno one?
No, that's Pirates something else.
What if you watch the porno high? Pirates porno.
I might get horny.
Yeah, you're seeing like boobies flying everywhere.
And like,
that'd be the day.
I just feel like I can't handle this, man.
Can't handle, being so high, watching porn. I don't even know if I'm jerking my own dick off.
Reconnecting, that's right. Sorry, and we're back. Sorry about that. It was just, to make the call. What's gonna happen? We're gonna get busted for my own ringtone. Like, hey, you guys can't have.
This is actually a cool area, dude.
I know.
We should go and show our viewers finally, since we're out traveling now. Finally, the cemetery. I want to film that finally.
We'll have to do it during the day.
Speaking of like kind of haunts and stuff.
Ooh. We'll have to do it during the day because we're I'm gonna switch around. There we go.
Dude.
Yes, we're walking.
I was talking to Mike today. He's applying to be a full-time scare actor for the Walking Dead maze at Universal Studios. If anyone's going there, check it out. It's a bunch of fucking fertilizer.
Oh no!
What?
Alright, give me a second, I'm flipping around. Alright, there we go. Now you're all up close.
It's like Blair Witch Project.
Oh no!
It's like the fucking...
It's like that, dude, it's like that. We don't like...
It's Blair Witch Project in the
Hey man, what are you doing here? Don't you know the Blair Witch is here?
Don't you know the Blair Witch is here? I'm like, who's that, a stripper down at the club? The only Blair Witch here we know sucks dick
I thought that
in the alleyway.
I thought it was
the Blair Witch around here is, a meth whore.
I thought it was a bitch, like, during the full moon she becomes a total bitch.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever watch the Blair Witch Project?
Yeah, it was kind of like...
you have to give the film credit that it gave kind of birth to the concept of putting horror on
found footage.
On found footage, exactly. And then everyone has so exhausted that. Like the Frankenstein's Army movie.
Yeah, we saw that.
VHS.
I'm gonna walk backwards. Moonwalk. At night.
Dude, we're gonna like videotape a murder out here or something.
They were in the sand. Oh no. I don't know, man. You know, this is actually honestly how shit happens in horror movies. Like some dweebs like us are gonna like get attacked by some
dweebs like us. Dweebs like us.
I prefer to be spies like us.
Dweebs like us. Did you ever see Spies Like Us
with Dan Aykroyd?
Sorry, just porno keeps coming up my phone.
So stop looking at it, man. Because we can't share this with our fan base.
Our fan base is fapping their own porn, dude.
That's true.
Know which one they're watching.
It's all dark. Woo! Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, seriously, we're gonna end up like in a freaking found footage film.
Yeah, we're gonna end up in a found footage film and your dad's gonna be like, oh man, I thought Daniel would never go away. Like, dude, that's so fucked up. So fucked up, man.
Hey, we already got the shaky cam going, like we're freaking The Shield. I'm gonna mute the mic real quick. Dude, we're muted.
Daniel, why are you touching me? We were muted there?
Yeah, we were.
No one heard us.
Well, I was muted just for a minute while I took care of business.
Why don't you just tell them, man? Why don't you man up and say I was peeing? I want you to know I'm peeing, man. Is this live?
Yep.
Or are we recording? Can we recording?
Yeah, we're recording, dude.
God damn it, Daniel.
Well,
remember you did this at the maze, the scare maze we went to by my place?
Yeah.
You like had the light on. That was actually a really good scare maze.
Dream. Oh, dude, I mean, like, we're freaking haunted. Like, you're, like, in some sort of weird, like...
So, yeah, what movies do you... We saw, we saw Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah,
3. It was kind of good. It was okay. I'd say if you're...
I kind of like the silver screen one better, because it looks like... Hey, look, now we're on, like, dude, check it out. It's like we're on freaking, like, Ghost Hunters. It's all black and white and stuff. What was that kind of thing? I went to Silver Screen to look better. Yeah, so
tell us more about ghosts and demons. Anything you've researched? Mr. Nightmare?
Well, if you would hold the camera. So I can.
About.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been really reading.
What have you been reading exactly? Tell us.
Well, I'm listening to a lot of those horror stories, like the Skinwalker.
The Skinwalker. Is this by Mr. Nightmare?
Some by Mr. Nightmare, some by Let's Read.
What's the spookiest story that like kind of freaked you out that you've heard in folklore and myth? Wild dog just barking.
I did. It's like that whole ghost story thing. All right, now that we're out,
we're gonna get like fucking raped or something on camera.
Oh no, not but. No, but I've been like, I'm gonna
live porn.
Live porn. Now that we're back, we're gonna switch to this. To reverse this, and once you'll see us, there we are, because we got lights now, and at least people won't see that shitty sunburn I got. Yeah, so no, like when it comes to like that kind of like mythology horror stuff, that's my problem with a lot of these horror movie stuff. Is all this psychological stuff is they do a lot of those fake outs.
Right.
We're like, oh, it's the cat, woo, you know, in the horror movies.
Yeah, it's kind of traditional. It's sort of what we expect. It's sort of what keeps it thrilling.
Yeah, but can we maybe break the tradition?
It's like we're walking through a scare hunt.
Yeah, but at least
have you had an experience with ghosts, monsters, psycho killers?
I've had dreams about people I know who died. Like a couple months back, no, not in a bad way. It was like my aunt passed away last September. And a little while ago, I had almost like a dream. Like I went back and I was saying, listen, you know, she died of she accidentally mixed the wrong things, you know, pills and booze.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened. Bro.
Yeah, well, R.I.P. Yeah. So I was dreaming that we're at kind of a table, and I come to her. I'm like, listen, we love you. Please don't go. And like kind of like, you know.
Right.
And it was kind of sad, but it also was kind of, you know, liberating the fact it was. I attribute that kind of me getting over the grief.
Right.
Doggies.
Guard dogs.
Yes, we're going everywhere and adding every sound effect to this video.
Exactly. Yeah, I had one ghost experience that tripped me out.
Although I will say one thing, I did have a crazy guy like harass me at one point.
When was that?
Oh, this was like almost 10 years ago. I actually was going to take care of a paper. My professor wanted us to have like all our stuff turned in with bound and everything.
Right.
You know? So I had to take the orange line down to I think it was Kinko's or whatever.
Okay.
And this actually fits our horror kind of look. Ooh, the horror. You can't see me. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone, no horror.
Let's keep walking.
But here's what the story goes.
So
I was
harassed you.
No, it was a weird kind of like thing where I had just got done with just got off the bus, and this guy just comes at me like saying that somehow he knows I'm after him. That somehow it's like he knows that I work for the government and I'm trying to mind control him or some shit like that.
How? So he had followed you?
Away from the bus, from the bus station. I'm like, dude, fuck off.
Why do you think you worked for the government? Why did he take you off the bus?
I don't know. Even back then, my hair was short, and I don't know why.
And then he followed you off the bus.
No, he got off the bus, but somehow thought I was like some government guy.
He thought you were a government guy.
Yeah, I mean,
He was convinced of this. Did he ever so tell us how did this progress?
Well, I just fucking rode off because I'm like, fuck this dude.
So he was just yelling.
Like,
did you get off the bus with him?
Yeah, the same stop.
And he's getting.
Like, yeah, I know it's the government, man. You can't use your mind control powers on me or some weird ass shit.
Yeah, that's an experience, you know. It's typical around LA with all the homeless.
They think you're like the government, man.
Yeah, he was tripping balls, dude.
I've seen guys get like really fucking wasted and walk into like pools and this.
Has that happened over at Hanson?
Oh, that was fun. That's fun.
Someone got wasted and just fell into the pool.
No, not walked into the pool. Like walked into the facility, and we had to call like the cops to like get him out. And this guy kept saying, "No, man, I got to get to my car." Like, and this guy was like, but what he was saying, he was clearly drunk. He was like, you know, that kind of like kind of blubber. And I see some crazy shit. I've dealt with like guys, like there's a type of like gangbanger you encounter. I call the Chihuahua gangbanger, because they're all like bark but no real bite.
Right, they just sort of get up in your face. say a bunch of shit, and it's like you can just slug them in a minute and they'll drop.
Right. Well, I don't think this guy would drop, but he had that kind of like, you know, like. So this is actually an NSFW story, even though it happened at work. So I was in charge of the slide at the time, and this guy comes on. He doesn't have the right stuff on. So I politely say, hey, buddy, you need to get out of line, get some proper trunks on, then you can come back and slide.
Right.
Guys, you know, starts going, huffing and puffing, giving an attitude. You know what? And I was taught, you know, don't react. In fact, just be like really calm. So I just.
Yeah, you definitely want to de-escalate.
So I put on the biggest grin. I'm like, sir, I am sorry, but if you you gotta get off, you gotta go and take care of this. Like, no, I'm like, fine. You want to talk to my supervisor over there? And he kind of does that, like, whoa, you know, like he kind of just shoulder and gets out of line. The guy gets back in line, like, gets the proper trunks, and he starts, you know, like saying, oh yeah, fucking, you know. Guys will do just dropping F-bombs, like liberally, you know, like, not at me, but in speech, you know, saying, well, I was like, fuck this, and I turned and I'm like, dude, you can't do this. This is I hated that line, but this is a family facility.
This is a family place.
Because some parents looked kind of uncomfortable, but they didn't want to say anything. Because they're like, dude, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, so you went up and manned up and told them.
Hey, you gotta chill.
And what he said.
You this whole, like, you know, kind of like, you know, like, even Jim, like, do you want to talk to my manager? Want me to bring them over? And in fact, one of my big bosses was coming by, like, hey, Mario, come over here. This guy's getting, and he kind of shut up, and, you know. So fast forward, we close the slide, and we're trying to move everyone down away to the other side of the pool, because, you know, once we close the slide, we want to push everyone towards the exit, you know, slowly. So one of the guards, who I'm friends with, we'll call her Becky. It's basically part of her, this is her name, but
right. So
Becky's like, hey, you need to move over, and this guy starts making lewd gestures at her, like, come on, baby, don't. Yeah. And she's like, sir, you need to go now. And then, you know what he does? He flashes her.
With his dick.
With his dick.
And you guys kind of start calling the cops at this time?
No, so I remember I didn't see this part. So I got told this afterwards.
Okay.
So she radioed up HQ, and we flagged down LAPD, and I watched them coming down the cement walkway. And I'm like, oh. And apparently, when I got done, I said, yeah, that guy got like popped for indecent exposure.
Yeah, that sounds like indecent exposure. He just flashed his dick. He was really drunk.
No, and this guy wasn't drunk. This guy was sober. He was sober. This guy was one of those kind of assholes.
Well, we don't know. They'd have to do toxicology.
It's possible that I've seen parts.
He may have been on something.
Well, yeah, because they'll slip booze through the fence.
He could have also. It's not necessarily booze. He could have gotten high beforehand, cocaine. He may have probably was on some substance.
Yeah, but the guy was
to be that, or yeah, he was just a fucking nut in general. Or a combo of the two.
Oh yeah, because
a fucking nut, and he's also a fucking junkie. You know, he goes to the pool. You know, and he's
an asshole.
Flashing, yeah, he's an asshole, and he starts flashing everyone.
That was a.
We'll go up here and then walk to the end of the stream back. So yeah, you want me to tell me my ghost experience?
Yes, tell the ghost experience.
Oh yeah, well I pulled up. It was on a Thanksgiving, and we were having Thanksgiving at my friend's home. It was out on.
Was it Briar or was it Merlin?
Laverne, city of Laverne. My family and I, we drove out. Right. I'm in the car, and we pull up to their home, and I see this person in the window. This is totally true. You know, I'm not, you know, a huge, you know, and I see this woman. It's a woman. I can still remember the face to this day. And it's just looking down as our car pulled in. I just figured in my head, you know, like, I mean, what? Okay, it's another person. It was no one I recognized. It was not my friend nor her mom or dad.
Right.
But I figured, hey, it's another relative, right?
You know, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So we get in and it's like,
Right, pause.
no one.
So no one? Seriously?
No. So we get in the home. I was like, Shay, there was someone up there. I was like, I could have sworn I saw a woman in the window, and she's like, no.
Whoa.
So that kind of weirds you out a bit.
Yeah.
It's like, but you kind of brush it off, right? Nothing else happened that night at the home.
Right.
It was just, we pull into like a driveway like this, and you see in the window like there, a woman. Okay. I found out maybe 5 months later from my mom that Shay's parents were keeping it secret that the home, they were having hauntings there.
Really?
Yeah. They were having hauntings there, and there was like the dude who owned the home before them supposedly was a policeman who experimented in Satanism.
Dude, Satanists don't even really do that kind of shit.
Well, some certainly can.
Right.
Some Satanists. Well, number one, we don't know. It's just creepy. It adds to the creepiness. It could have absolutely nothing to do with the place.
Look, I should be.
The point is, I saw something weird. Then I find out from my parents that the family themselves were seeing weird shit for months, to the point where Shay's mother was thinking of bringing in an exorcist.
Maybe she bought some sage first.
This is from what I heard from my mom. I think she's trying to keep this all secret. That's one.
Then why not use salt and seal the rooms?
Perhaps they exhausted that option.
Salt, you can get salt anywhere.
Don't know though. That was creepy. It's something I experienced, and then supposedly the family's experiencing.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, there's a fucking ghost, and she's a female.
That's kind of an interesting story. I never knew that.
Yeah, it happened. You know, you just have those experiences, dude. But it's just creepy. On top of that, they're like the dude who owned the property is saying this. You're thinking like, oh, Book of the Dead, he's summoning demons and shit. Maybe he did. Maybe he managed to break through to hell, and he unleashed hell in the house, dude.
Well, look, I'm wearing AC/DC, man.
Highway to Hell, dude. Highway to Hell is in Laverne. Made by a cop.
Made by a cop? You a cop? Yeah.
Some cops experiencing Satanism.
You know what's funny is most Satanists aren't even like this crazy, like...
Some, I mean, yeah, I've researched it. You can, I mean, yes, you're in general. Satanists are so, though. I mean, they account for so little of the population. They engage in. You don't really find them. We have had issues.
Right, but most
Satanists, which would be Richard Mears the Night Stalker. He is a proclaimed Satanist.
But he's not a LaVeyan Satanist, or
I believe he was.
Or maybe he originally was and then went mad because the LaVeyan Satanists have...
I have no idea. We're speculating on what Richard Mears' personal... I know he was a Satanist, though, and was he motivated to do what he did? To the extent, obviously you could say, well, they're all crazy, but that's kind of like the whole kind of rope-a-dope
right, of course.
PC thing. It's like, yeah, of course it motivated him. I mean, there are sects of Satanism that really say some deranged shit.
Right, the more
yeah, there's different sects. There's different sects.
Well, just like there's different sects of Judaism and Christianity and all the fun stuff.
Right, and again, Satanists account for a very low percentage of the population. They're a religion like any other, where you'll have, fundamental members.
Because the ones that we know...
I mean, with Satanists in general, though, from what my experience are, they're very,
They're parodying.
No, because I've known a few people that have had serious engagements and have dipped their hands in real Satanist organization, and it's very, it's a big response. A lot of the members are acting out from people who have been in Christianity, to the extent where it's accurate. A lot of them say Satanism is a denomination of Christianity because you are worshiping a character of the Bible, along with they consider themselves part of the Christian spectrum. Right to that extent. But a lot of them seem reactionary, like they're kind of, they had bad experiences with Christianity and they want to act out in sometimes a negative way, or it's people that have in the Western world that kind of negative image of the devil. It's not like kind of some light metaphorical thing, like they really want to do bad. They
Right,
want to be on the evil side.
Well, because LaVeyan Satanists are the ones who are like, yeah, we're kind of atheists in Halloween costume.
Yeah, and he was an interesting character.
Wasn't he like a hypnotist and like a lion tamer or some shit like that?
Yeah, something.
So basically, he was a showman.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, right. But I mean, yeah, I mean, Satanists have had there's been satanic crime that's occurred.
Right, but they're all
not probably to the extent that it was massively exaggerated, like in the 80s with the Satan scare. I wouldn't get into
Satanic Hispanic.
Yeah, because there's just not enough Satanists to even account to make any real effect on crime. We're going to have far more crime coming out of the bigger religions in the world.
Right, like
Satan.
Like Islam.
Or you're going to have crimes just coming out of people that formed their own cults, like
Jim Jones.
Heaven's Gate, Jim Jones, Charles Manson. They're their own fucking thing.
Well, didn't like Charles Manson say he was like the reincarnation of Jesus Christ or something like that?
Charles Manson,
who's now dead.
Study him, is all over the fucking map. Charles Manson had his big whole thing was to start a race war. So he has this whole racist component to his belief. He is a very sick, deranged individual, and all his members were. No, I can't really totally pinpoint what they believed. I don't think they entirely know. They were just all nuts, angry nuts just together, going around on a murder spree in LA in the 60s, you know? I mean, that's the best way to explain Manson. I mean, he has like an interview you can watch in jail where he says America is a piece of paper written on the back of a horse. I mean, how can you make any sense out of that person?
You know what we should do? We need to go to Spawn Ranch.
Spawn Ranch is up in Chatsworth. We should go there. It's just off the 118. We'll show people.
And we'll do a whole
It's a very famous murder.
And we can do a whole thing on it. We can film it. And
we'll go to the OJ where OJ killed everyone. You guys want to see that too?
Yeah, we can do a whole episode. We can do a whole thing. We see the murder places.
Yeah, we have a lot in LA. There's a famous the cold case, the Black Dahlia. That's famous.
Really?
I'm trying to remember. Black Dahlia they famously found this woman, the Black Dahlia murder, and they never figured out. That was like going back to the 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
And then, you have Manson murders, like you'll have the Manson murder homes that are still up around the Hollywood Hills.
Yep.
Where Sharon Tate, I'm trying to think, hopefully they haven't, I don't think they bulldozed it down, maybe they did. I know they bulldozed down...
Spawn Ranch.
They did, they built a park which you can see the land. This is pretty much what it was, just fucking land. I think he had like a shed and shit.
Yeah.
Anything. OJ's home, I think bulldozed down. The property value goes too cuckoo. It's not worth anything. It's a murder site.
Right, and they have
the site of some dude's blood, of his wife's blood all over the place, and his blood. It's the site of some guy who, tore his wife's head off with a knife, I guess. Yeah, it must have had a big knife.
Well, if you hack hard enough, it'll work.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The theories of O.J. Simpson, I think it was more planned.
Yeah.
They never found the knife. They don't know what kind of knife it was, but they think it was planned because he had like a big ass knife.
Right. Like a machete style.
He may have. I don't know, because they think it may have. Yeah, it's something big, but it seemed very planned. A lot of people thought it was a kind of spontaneous that he kind of
caught him and go, ah.
Caught his wife, kind of fucking the younger guy. He felt
inadequate.
Oh yeah, he was a big stalker. He kind of divorced this woman in Brentwood.
Right.
And would stalk her constantly. And it was kind of like, dude, she's kind of not. It's kind of over, bro. It's like, why is that? Why do men keep pursuing what's? I mean, he's a really wealthy guy. He can get any woman. It's like you couldn't find some hotter piece of ass walking around. I guess he's emotionally wrapped in it.
What's that like?
Yeah, I don't know. Motivations in murders boggle me. But I've read a lot of murders, so if anyone wants to get into murders and famous murders, I know about murders.
You know what's crazy is through this lens.
And Daniel here knows I knew a lot of cops who talked about
Spider. We talked about Spider.
Well, famous murders in LA we've had where the Hillside Stranglers were a bunch of guys, were these two losers.
Yeah.
That would rape and torture women, young women, and then they would litter their bodies all over the hills around Eagle Rock.
Yeah, my aunt used to live near. One of my aunts used to live near Eagle Rock.
70s?
No, but no 90s.
90s, yeah. But that was a famous thing in the 70s. The Hillside Stranglers, just two dudes, went on a killing spree.
I'm gonna kill the camera in about 10 minutes.
Kill it. You're gonna kill the camera with a big knife?
Yeah. Speaking of horror, speaking of kills. That'd be interesting if that I still think it'd be funny if, like, we ended up being the found footage. Like, oh, we found the phone. Apparently, you know, they were live streaming.
Your dad's like, shit, I thought Daniel would never leave me home. That's all. Imagine your dad saying.
Oh, good, he's
like,
gone.
Chris and Daniel are dead now. Yay.
Yay. I'm not.
It's like, how do you know what if we're ghosts? And it's like, we're gonna hire Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice?
Just like fuck with your home and shit. We're gonna like fuck with your home, man.
What if Beetlejuice went up against a ghost exorcist and ended up in like a stalemate?
Why do I have so much gas?
Maybe it's the CBD.
No, I'm not taking it every day. I've had this, like, it's my, like, food. But no matter what I change up, I'm, like, constantly farting.
Anyway, I think we're gonna end the stream there.
Weird to end.
We're end the stream. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Just talk about farting all day.
Oh yeah, I was didn't charge my phone because it basically got drained as we walked around. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dan. Thank you for watching. As I say, we stream every other week.
Yeah, tonight was a good. We kind of walked around the same. We'll do more of these travel things.
Yeah, that'll be.
We'll just walk around Costco and have like little treats, and then
they might go, sir, you can't film in here.
Really? They have a no film policy?
They might do that, like, sir, you can't be doing that. Or you need to get all these people like, fuck, what do they call it? Like sign off things. Because. All right, guys, we'll see you guys later.
Love you.
Peace out.